On today's DNVR Broncos podcast, we are breaking down the latest and greatest things that we are hearing about the Broncos entering free agency and so many things to get to. Plus, we've got news before free agency started, what it means for the Broncos offensive line and offense starting now. Frenzy is just around the corner. We're going to talk about it on this Friday inside the Xfinity studio, inside the DNVR Bar on a snowy day in the Mile High City. We are the DNVR Broncos Podcast. Ryan Koenigsberg to my left, Henry Chisholm to my right. We got Dion behind the camera, Zac Stevens rocking and rolling with you today. How we doing, fellas?
Doing great. We need the moisture, right? That's what we're supposed to say.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, man, we needed this.
We actually really did this time.
We did.
Yeah.
Last time it really snowed, the Broncos are playing football.
Yeah, this is like real like snow globe snow.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
It's awesome. It's thick.
Very fluffy.
Yep, big coming down. And by Monday, when free agency starts, back in the 70s.
Love that.
We're going to be rocking and rolling.
Yes, love that.
Don't want snow when people are here taking their visits.
Do people really do that anymore?
Not much.
Free agency visits?
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah, I would too. Evan Ingram did last year. I believe he was the only one that really did that.
Yeah. Over under on a visit this year.
Under?
Okay.
Yeah. You want to take the over?
Probably not. I mean, I just don't think they're signing many good players, unfortunately.
Kenneth Walker? Would he take visits? Why wouldn't he?
Show me the money. That's the visit I need from him.
I wouldn't. That's crazy. Like, especially when we're talking about a matter of like hundreds of thousands of dollars, which is a lot to the average person, but on the scale of 15 million, like, I would rather live in a place that I think that I would love, go to a facility that I think that I would love for like $200,000-$300,000 less on a $15 million scale.
It is weird.
And you get a free meal out of it, private jet ride.
I'm sure the free meals are really what they're looking for.
It's not necessarily about the free meal as it is the feeling that you get when someone wants to take you out to
recruiting
dinner.
you. Yeah, 100%. We're not talking cafeteria meals. We're talking they go to Shanahan's just down the road.
Yeah.
And that's where the free meal is.
The fellas, usually that's us.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
I don't disagree with you. I'd love to be wined and dined, but it's just to that point now in free agency where they just don't do that anymore.
That's wild. And then you end up living in Detroit.
Right. And then you're miserable, and then you play bad because you're miserable, and then you get cut.
Okay, so
you end up living in Orchard Park.
Ugh.
Okay, so think of the worst place that an NFL team is in. Is it Orchard Park?
Man, I mean, we're gonna offend people, but I mean that comes to mind. Green Bay comes to mind.
Green Bay.
Okay, you got to pick one. Pick one. We're going to do a little exercise to start the show.
I think Green Bay is probably the one I'd start.
I'm going to choose Green Bay as well.
Okay, we're all going Green Bay.
West.
Okay, the Denver Broncos offer you a $1 million offer to join their team. How much would Green Bay have to offer you for you to say, I'll go to Green Bay instead?
So I'm me?
You're you. Yep. So it's to work for the Broncos for a year this year. And then the Packers also come in and say, we want you too. Broncos 1 year, $1 million guaranteed.
Probably 3.
3?
Okay, really? Triple it
for 1 year.
Are you over or under?
No, I mean, you give me another $50,000, I'm probably. Although I mean, you also have to think as a Broncos fan, all of the like Broncos gear you get to keep for your whole life. You know,
you can stock up $50,000 of that, probably.
Right? Or it's like family wants to come.
Imagine like all of your friends,
right? Get to give them all, and you get to like give them tickets. Whereas like if they're visiting you in Green Bay, then it's like a hassle.
But just think that might be a hassle though, to have to deal with everyone constantly wanting stuff from you. If you're in Green Bay, no one's gonna want anything.
Yeah, people don't expect much from me. I think I could handle it.
Yeah, I don't know about. I mean,
We have a difference of $2 million and $50,000 here. On
Make
this
it
table.
50 grand isn't even to cover like the amount of times you want to just come home and moving.
Right, packing all my stuff. Yeah. No, maybe it is more like it's $200,000. Maybe 150.
150. Okay.
It's not. I mean, it's especially
cheap
for like
bargain.
1 year, and that's also like assuming I don't have too much to offer, so I'm not getting another deal similar to some of these guys.
And you have a lot to offer. Don't be so down on yourself.
Yeah, but nobody's
right
giving me $1 million a year again. So if I can snag like an extra $100,000 out of it, that would kind of
Like
go.
you're
I see
thinking
it.
like I'm gonna suck,
Right,
so I might as
right.
well just get everything that I can.
Like I don't know what my job is, but anything that's paying $1 million, I'm underqualified.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't have to worry about this? Alex Palczewski, Palcho, who got a 2-year contract with the Broncos yesterday. So he was a restricted free agent, and the Broncos could have placed a second-round tender on him, which would have cost $5.8 million. It could have placed the lowest round tender on him, which would have cost $3.5 million. And that actually would have been the cheaper route for the Broncos to go. But instead, they said, we want to reward you for the work you've done, and we don't want you here for just 1 year. We want you here for 2 years. So they gave him a 2-year deal worth $9.5 million, $5.6 million guaranteed, with a max value of $11 million, the extra $1.5 million tied to playing time right there. So he is back. And then that kind of made people wonder, does this mean that Ben Powers is gone? Well, last night, we found out that Ben Powers is going to be back as well. The Broncos are 1, not going to trade him. They are 2, not going to release him. And they're 3, not even going to ask him to take a pay cut.
So I'm pumping the brakes on this.
Oh,
Good.
Which is what you're supposed to do if you don't have automatic brakes when it's snowing outside.
Right. People forget.
But most people do.
Man,
these
you
days.
put somebody in like a car from 15 years ago, they would struggle.
Yeah, they would. I'm pumping the brakes on this because here's how I envision the timeline. Broncos give that contract to Alex Palczewski, and immediately all the teams around the league ears perk up. Oh, they like him better, or they're fine with starting him. That means the price and value of Ben Powers has gone down, meaning we can call the Broncos and get a sweetheart deal on a starting left guard. So all these teams are calling, hey, so discount rate on Powers? What you're willing to give him up for cheap since you just locked in your guy, Palczewski. It's in the Broncos' best interest to then turn around and filter out the information that says we're not trading Ben Powers. We're not even asking him to take a pay cut. We love Ben Powers. In fact, we love him so much he's our starting left guard, and Palcho is still just depth. Now, if teams if they believe that, if they want to come in and trade for Ben Powers, they got to come correct. And so I think it serves the Broncos both ways. Even if they are going to keep him, well, they said it. They were right. But if they're testing the trade market at all, it serves them to say we're not testing the trade market.
Yeah, and I've always thought like the only way you consider moving on from Ben Powers is if you draft a lineman in the first round, and that's why we're not trading him. If they really made that decision now, I think it's the wrong decision because that decision just shouldn't be made until you see like somehow Caden Proctor's on the board there. It just makes a lot of sense because you have like a solid guard who played more than Ben Powers last year and can fill the job, plus a rookie to compete with him. It would just kind of make sense that you could find yourself in that situation. And I mean, Ben Powers for $12 million or whatever it is this year is a steal. Like he is worth more than that. But yeah, so committing to not trading him now surprised me a little bit just because again, like if you were going to move on from him, it would be in my mind after the draft.
So many things to break down, but one of the things that you just said, Henry, I don't want to get into. You said $12 million for Ben Powers. I think it's $11.99 this year for Ben Powers is a steal. If the Broncos are in a win now, right now, why would they get worse at offensive line for this year? For week 1, probably week 8, probably the whole season if they do move on to a rookie or they move on to Palcho. Why would they do that this year?
Because you can get picks. You can trade them for something else. You could trade the picks for whatever it is. And if you think, because I think Ben Powers is a better football player right now than Alex Palczewski, but I don't think there's a very large gap. And I also think that if you were to draft a first round lineman, there's a chance that he would be the best of the three of them. And it's less than 50-50 for sure, but you kind of have a long-term plan figured out, and you would likely be better at that position next year and the year after and the year after that, when you're not going to have Ben Powers anyway, so you're getting a step ahead. And on top of that, you get something in return. And who knows what Ben Powers is worth, like $13 million. He should probably be making more like 15, 16, 17 million. Should have some decent trade value. You get a 3rd round pick back. You make that pick. You trade up in the 2nd round, whatever it is. Again, like it just, sometimes you have to think ahead.
You do definitely have to think ahead at times. You have to balance the now and the future. I don't think it's a 3rd round pick. If it is a day 2 pick, then that's something that you definitely have to consider, especially if a guy is there in the 1st round that you're able to get. I just don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a day 3 pick. That's just typically what players go for unless you're a superstar. And so I think you're getting worse this year by moving him. And I think the Broncos want nothing to do with getting worse this year. Even if the plan is to get better, I think even if Caden Proctor's there and offensive lineman's there that you want in the 1st round, you still draft him and then just keep him. And he doesn't play this year, but then he plays next year and you move on from Ben after next year. So I think it's fascinating and a really good point that why would they do this? Why would they make the decision right now? And I think just because they know he's their starting left guard, and they're not going to be persuaded by any trades.
I want to get out ahead of this right now and say that I do not support the Broncos drafting someone with their 1st round pick for later.
Do you think it's possible to get one who's ready to like help now?
Yes.
I guess you could always go with the running back. It might be a reach at that point.
Because here's what's going to happen if that happens. Like, week 7 will roll around and there'll be some rookie who was available at that time who's balling out for some other team, and we're just like, why didn't we just get that guy? Like, we're in a Super Bowl window. Like, he could have helped us right now. So I want to get out ahead of it because I didn't like it when they did it last year either, which, obviously Jade contributed this last year, but he certainly wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
And it was like a down the road type of pick. I don't want a down the road type of pick. I want a now pick.
I don't want a rookie on the field. and then that's my
totally
side
different
of it.
things.
Yeah.
I'll just go somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be hard to find a guy at 30. Like, fortunately, you're picking at 30, but unfortunately for this year, I think it's going to be hard to find. Like, what spots? So running back, I agree, is one. If they don't go sign a running back, which we'll get to in free agency. Receiver at 30.
Well, he'd get on the field at least,
He'd be on the field.
Like, might not be like featured, but
maybe a Jade type of role.
Totally, maybe.
So like,
but I mean, how much did Pat Bryant play? And he was the 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
So it would depend. Tight end, depending on what you do in free agency. But right now, like, you don't have a starting tight end.
No, I agree. So running back, tight end. I'm going to give a little pushback on receiver. Defensive line. Stepping in, maybe.
You could get a rusher.
Yeah.
I think all the rushers are off the board by 30, but in the event one is still there, then potentially.
An inside linebacker?
I don't think I think by then, there's no way you start a rookie linebacker, I don't think.
Okay, so then that's 3 positions. That's why I just think it's fairly unlikely. I totally see what you're saying, though.
Yeah.
Like the Brock Osweiler pick, when you just signed Peyton Manning and used your 2nd round pick on a backup quarterback, that was just mind blowing.
One of my least favorite picks of all time.
Now it worked out in the end, crazy enough, but like I do agree with you about this. Like, you're going all in. What are we doing? Getting a pure backup right away.
It did work out in that sense. You could also make the case that had they have just had a replacement level backup at that time, could he have done that with that defense?
Yeah.
And then you could also make the case if they had got a difference maker with that pick, and we could go back and see who was around there, that they would have won a Super Bowl before then.
Yeah, totally, 100%. So I like that. I like to hear that. So it's going to be interesting to see how free agency impacts the draft. And I'm really looking forward to diving into the draft. Once we know free agency, then we'll truly be able to know what the Broncos are going to do. But there's also some other Broncos news that we need to get to. And then we're going to talk about what we're hearing about the running backs. All of that coming up next.
Shout out to our friends over at Volo. Volo's the best if you're trying to get out and do things, even though it's kind of snowy today, so it might not quite be soccer weather or kickball weather. But they've got basketball. Cornhole could be played inside for sure. I always see them with the beach volleyball. I'm not sure if they have like indoor volleyball. They probably do. They have everything. all sorts of different sports. There are adult social sports leagues, pickup games, events. And so you get a chance to go meet new people, make friends, be social. It's great for people. If you've been playing sports your whole life, that's awesome. If you just want to get out and be active, they have a league for you. They're all over town. So whatever part of Denver you're in, or even Boulder, they will have an option nearby, and probably a bunch of different options. Lodo, Rhino, Highland, City Park, Cherry Creek, South Broadway, wherever you want to play, they've got somewhere to play. You can sign up as a free agent, a small group, or a full team. All ability levels and backgrounds are welcome to join. Use the code DNVR10 for $10 off any Volo Denver league.
And today's a great day to check out Gold Crown Foundation, because they've got
Inside.
awesome indoor basketball, but they have much more than just basketball. They have so many different leagues, like girls flag football, which starts April 11th and goes to May 26th. They've got basketball league from April 2nd to April 30th. That is for her time to play. They've also got golf tournaments April 13th to May 7th. Pretty much every day this year has been golf weather except for today. And then they've got the Spring Volleyball League from March 31st to April 28th. Many different age levels that you can get in at. 3rd to 8th grade for that volleyball. And so many cater to high schoolers, middle schoolers, elementary. So get in and learn more at goldcrownfoundation.com. Learn more and sign up by scanning the QR code on the screen, or going to visiting goldcrownfoundation.com for your kids to get involved with so many different sports over at Gold Crown Foundation. Welcome back to the DNVR Broncos podcast. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in with us in the Toyota chat. Saw some people tuning in from snowy Colorado. Saw some people tuning in from sunny Miami. I like the snow though. It's gonna be cold, might as well snow.
I'm in on that. Just because the golf courses need it for when it's warm.
That's very true. Always thinking about the golf. I like that. Okay, let's get to some more news. We also, I don't want to say we found this out yesterday, but people reported that JFM is definitely going to leave. We've known that for a while now.
There hasn't been one indication of anything else ever.
Not even from JFM. He's like, yeah, I want to stay here. They haven't talked to me about a contract. It's like, okay, yep, we know where this is going. So he's officially hitting free agency, but with the contract that he's expected to get, which is around $15 million a year,
At least.
maybe more.
15 minimum.
Yeah, 15 minimum. The Broncos are going to get a darn good compensatory pick back. We're talking like 3rd or 4th, unless the Broncos make some splashes.
And that's the thing. And that's why, because that's what everybody was tweeting yesterday, is like the comp pick. And I go through, and I guess I should see exactly who the free agents are, but it feels like the Broncos would struggle to lose more free agents than they would sign.
Well,
they haven't done it in a while, I guess. They haven't done it in a while.
So like
Alex could get decent money on the open market.
He's not going anywhere.
Justin could.
That's what I think.
Right.
Justin will get like 3 years, 15 from someone.
Okay, so you lose JFM, you lose Justin. JK won't lose during free agency. So all that matters is how many you lose between now and the draft, and how many you sign between now and the draft. And that'll determine whether you get one or not. So you lose JFM, you lose Justin, PJ Locke and Adam Troutman.
Probably lose one of them.
Probably. Burton might be done. Lil Jordan will be iffy to get signed between now and then. Ellinger, same thing. Jaleel, does he get a deal? So I guess it could be close. So I would say you probably lose 4 or 5, which means you need to sign 3 or 4 or less, which just feels like kind of a stretch.
I just feel like
Maybe.
it depends. Like, are you signing another $15 million deal? That's where it comes out to me. Is like, if you are Kenneth Walker, looking at you, then I don't even care about comp picks. You won't hear me utter the name ever again. But if you aren't, then I feel like you're probably not even signing someone for more than 10 a year.
Right. If it's not at running back.
Yeah.
And then that does open the big compensatory pick in return.
Right. At least a compensatory pick.
Well, you want to dive into running backs?
I just feel like compensatory picks are for teams that aren't being aggressive.
Yeah, but usually it's for good teams. Like,
Or
it's all
you're
like
developing
it's
so
like,
much.
Right. The 49ers just have 10 picks every single year for a decade because they just have talent and they just can't afford to keep it all.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you had knocked it out of the park on Savion Jones and like you could barely keep him off the field last year, but you were playing JFM, then like that's how it happens.
Right.
Where you're just like, we didn't even have to go out and get a guy like that. Or you have a linebacker waiting in the wings if the Broncos had ever added a linebacker in the draft.
Right.
And you could just be like, well, we love Alex Singleton. He's great, but this guy's chomping at the bit to get on the field.
Right.
Here he comes. There goes another 12 million or 10 million out the door.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that is true. If you're a great draft and develop franchise, then maybe you do get them, but I don't feel like we're in that position right now where we could just.
We're getting there, though.
We're getting, maybe.
You're getting to the point where you're just like, there are positions where your backups are better than other team starters, which is why you lose PJ Locke, because he's a backup who's better than other team starters. Like corner next year, you're not keeping Riley and Jaquan. Like that's just too much money because again, you have backups who are good enough to be starters. So those guys just kind of cycle through.
Yeah, that's fair. But the backups who go elsewhere don't get paid a lot.
Right.
Usually, yeah.
They've got to then prove it there.
That's what. Yeah. That's why usually sometimes the starters who bounce out and get backfilled.
That would be nice.
Like the 49ers defensive line for forever.
So let's turn to running backs. And running back is going to be the X factor, the Xfinity X factor for the Broncos this offseason. And of course, the Xfinity X factor is presented by Xfinity. Imagine that. And this is no doubt the X factor for the Broncos in free agency. If they don't make a splash in free agency, then man, that's all we're going to be talking about in the draft is, are they using pick 30 on it? Are they going to use a second round pick, third round pick? How are they going to do this? And a couple of reports coming out earlier this week, and I've kind of heard it too from in the building. Broncos are looking to make a splash in free agency at the running back position. And from my understanding, they were going to go all in on Breece Hall. Like Breece Hall, and that was also reported, I believe, by Jonathan Jones of CBS. That's why the Chiefs, or that's why the Jets.
Not the corner.
Okay.
Jonathan Jones, number 2.
Wrong?
I just
okay.
haven't heard of him.
Oh, that's fair. He said that the reason the Jets put the franchise tag on him instead of the transition tag was because the Broncos, if they did the transition tag, we're just going to put a package together to go get Breece Hall. And that's what I heard too. I believe Breece Hall was their number one free agent, not just running back free agent.
It sucks that the Jets got into that. But I mean, I guess their agents are talking. And
Yeah.
why would he? It almost feels like if you were his agent and you knew the Broncos would pay, why wouldn't you get him the hell out of New York?
Yeah.
But how?
Just allow them to, put the transition tag on. And obviously they could have come back and matched. But
right. Well, because they put the franchise tag on though.
what I'm saying though is you could have gotten him equal money to get out of there potentially, or even more if you told him like, hey, you can come back to the Broncos and be like, the Jets are willing to match everything up to 14.5. So if you want him, you have to go to 15.
Right. Yeah, and that unfortunately didn't happen. Now they've got the franchise tag on him. I also heard the Broncos were in on David Montgomery, and they were just shocked at how quickly the Lions traded him. It was kind of like this is, in my words, like the Luka Doncic trade. Just like no one really had any idea it was coming until the trade was done, and then it's like, well, wait, we want to be in on that as well. And there's an obvious connection there. The Broncos running back coach coached both Breece Hall and David Montgomery at Iowa State. So he really likes him. And then obviously we know they're both really good players.
To me, that's damn near a fireable offense for a GM. Now, this one, I don't think the value is high enough for it to matter. Obviously, with Luka, it was just like, you've got to be an absolute idiot or Lakers fan, which those two things often go hand in hand.
Man, I was at that game, just the dumbest people.
But this one is just like, what? That's just bad business. Like, why are you being bad at your job so openly?
Completely agree. It makes no sense. It's so stupid.
We used to see it all the time in the Madden League, and I thought that was just like a Madden League thing.
Right. No, it sometimes trickles into the top jobs in the industry.
Crazy.
And that's why, like, when George Payton, when he was hired, and he constantly says this, he says, we'll be in on every deal. We'll be talking about everything. That's what you want from a GM, not like, oh, we're going to take the first offer that's offered. And apparently, it sounds like so simple, but apparently some teams don't follow that, the George Payton rule. And then so when it comes to like, okay, well, what's this splash going to be? So you look at who else is available. And from my understanding, there's probably more than 3 guys, but 3 guys that I've heard from multiple people inside the building. It's the top dogs on the board. It's Kenneth Walker. It is Travis Etienne. And it's also J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, there's only one of those that makes a splash.
Really?
Yep.
I think there's 2. And I love J.K., so I'm going to say 3.
No, it's just one of them is a splash. The other one is a ripple. And the other one doesn't move the water.
Only because Kenneth Walker won Super Bowl MVP. Is that why he's a splash more than Etienne?
Yes.
Because Etienne's more productive.
Oh yeah. No, I would
in
say
his career.
I would say there's no splash other than the fact that everybody's talking about Kenneth Walker because he's Super Bowl MVP. Like he's going to the Chiefs, he's going to wherever, and I'm like because of that he's now like the splash guy. But just on talent alone, I don't know that he should be a splash.
That's fair.
Narrative splash.
I think it's important to remember like how he won Super Bowl MVP.
Oh yeah, he was incredible. He was incredible.
It wasn't just one of those things where they were like, shit, we got to pick somebody. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
let's give it to Kenneth Walker. No, he
Right.
looked fantastic in that
He
game.
did.
And he had another 70-yard run that ended up not coming back. But like, he was the only offensive player in that game that was really making a large impact.
There's no doubt.
And you're doing it inside Patriots defense, which was pretty darn good. So, he also in that game looked the best he's ever looked to me.
Yeah.
In terms of his patience, the way he was kind of navigating the game. So I think he might be at the beginning
Yeah.
of his arc, not at the top of it.
That's very fair. That's
Yeah.
and that's what the Broncos will be signing him for. They're not signing him for what he did with Seattle. They'd be paying him because they say, you're going to be that guy, 130-yard rusher. No, not exactly that, but like he ran in those 3 games. He had 2 100-yard games, and including the game that he didn't have 100 yards in the playoffs, he still ran for over 100 yards per game. Like that's what the Broncos are hoping when they give him $15 million.
Reminds me of someone I know, a playoff riser at running back that won Super Bowl MVP.
TD.
you
Kenneth Walker and TD. Kenneth Walker became the first running back since Terrell Davis to be a Super Bowl MVP at the running back position. Etienne, though, I mean,
He's a good player.
yeah.
He's fine.
He's in his 4 years in the NFL. He's had 3 1,000-yard rushing seasons, and he also catches the ball out of the backfield. I mean, that is about as productive as you can get from that position. And coming off his best year as well, where he had nearly 1,400 yards from scrimmage and 13 touchdowns. I personally think he's pretty much at the level of Kenneth Walker.
I don't, but I see the value in him, and I also think that if I had to guess, I think Sean Payton would like his style of play better than Kenneth Walker.
And that's totally fair. And especially matching with RJ Harvey. Kenneth Walker matches with RJ Harvey better. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're just stuck overpaying for one of them. And it's I'm usually on the page of you just do it. But like, so there are 10 running backs in the NFL who make $10 million a year or more. And neither Kenneth Walker or Etienne, neither one of them are top 10 running backs in the NFL. And I don't even think either is like particularly close.
Do you have the list of those 10?
Yeah, so highest paid, you've got Saquon, you've got Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Breece Hall, who I wouldn't call top 10, but Jonathan Taylor, Alvin Kamara, Josh Jacobs, James Cook, Kyron Williams, Aaron Jones, and that's the list. But then, like, if you're talking, is he top 10, then you say, like, well, I'd take Bijan over him, or the rookie contract guys also kind of.
Yeah, I was
fill
gonna
that
say, I
out.
think he could. I think those guys can slide in right at that 8, 9, 10 marker. But then you're
Yeah.
right. There is the guys on rookie
right.
contracts, Bijan, Gibbs. So
Right.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and that's where it's just, and you're not just talking $10 million, you're
Right, so
talking like $15 million.
Who's making 15?
Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, and Saquon.
Yeah, and that's what you do in free agency. You overpay.
I know.
and that is what you just have to do.
It's just going to be
It's a
a
fair
little
point.
bit painful,
Yeah.
but I think you just have to pull the trigger and do it.
If you could tell me right now that J.K. Dobbins would give us 11 games and the playoffs,
All in.
I'd sign.
Give him
Come on
$10 million
now.
for that.
You're making me excited
I
going
give him
into the
$10 million
weekend.
for that.
But there's literally nothing
There's
that
no
would
reason.
suggest that
And so, like,
that's possible.
We have our 1 year of pain of not having JK in the playoffs. I mean, the Ravens think they would have won a Super Bowl if JK had been healthy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it's even the first time that it's like killed a Super Bowl dream before.
I know.
And that's it's just tough to get past. But I mean, you save $10 million by doing it. And what does that mean? You go get Cade Otton and J.K. Dobbins instead of just Kenneth Walker.
Well, so let's continue this conversation about J.K. Dobbins. That's the Xfinity X Factor. Shout out to our friends over at Xfinity. Xfinity, imagine that. Let's continue this conversation about J.K. That's coming up next.
Shout out to our friends over at Shady Rays. Shady Rays are the best. On days like today, you could get the snow goggles. Ski goggles, I guess would be a better phrase. All sorts of good options. They've got good-looking, polarized, durable, and inexpensive, really, sunglasses. They'll help you. I usually like to have 2 pairs. I like to keep one in my car and then have one that's like up in the apartment in case I'm walking somewhere and need to take them somewhere. And Shady Rays is the place I always go. You can, if you lose them, if you break them, Shady Rays will just send you a brand new pair. There's no guilt trip. They just give you the replacements. So whether you're out hiking or at a concert, on a boat, wherever you are, Shady Rays has your back. And they seriously are the best sunglasses, especially for the money. The price doesn't make any sense compared to other sunglasses. So head on over, visit our friends by going to shadyrays.com. Use the code DNVRSR, and you can actually get 40% off of 2 or more pairs of polarized sunglasses.
And make sure to check out Surfshark, because get this, using a VPN is like wearing pants. All the important stuff stays private and secure when you step outside. A VPN covers your whole online protection activity. Once your device connects to the internet, all the information is encrypted, which is blurred out in a way. That way, your online activity is hidden from all the snoopers and trackers. And you want to make sure that you're wearing pants when you leave your house. So you want to make sure that you're using a VPN. They've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. Take your time to try out the service and experience the whole Surfshark VPN potential. They've got 24/7 customer service as well. And you can go to surfshark.com/DNVR Broncos and then use that code DNVR Broncos at checkout to get 4 extra months and get a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee of Surfshark VPN. That's surfshark.com/DNVR Broncos and then use that code DNVR Broncos. Shout out to everyone tuning in with us. Let us know which running back you want. Do you want the Broncos to make a splash? Is it Kenneth Walker? Is it Travis Etienne? Is it J.K. Dobbins? Is it someone else? And with J.K., at what point does he become the option that you guys would go for? Or is there no point just because of the availability? Because I truly think these guys are going to get $15 million. J.K.'s like 1 year, $4 million.
Yeah, I mean, I would just test the waters on those 2 guys. And if it's a deal that you're comfortable with, then you make it. And if not, then you have a decent fallback plan in JK. It's just tough, man. JK is like this girl that you meet and like she just seems perfect and you have so much in common. And then all of a sudden you find out that she's like a Lakers, Chiefs, Nebraska fan. And it's just like, man, like if it wasn't for this one thing, this would be a perfect marriage. But like at first you're like, I think we can get over this. And then like Saturday comes and like you want to watch your game and she's trying to watch her game and it's like, oh, that's weird. And then like it comes up like you're like arguing in the playoffs about Jokic versus Doncic, and it's just like, I just don't know if I can do this my whole life.
Yeah.
That's what the situation is here. And sometimes you might just have to say like, it's just not something I can do every day forever.
Yeah. Or what if she's like, what if he's like a girl, like perfect, but just lives in a different country? And it's like, well, this is
or
great.
Like 3 months a year lives in a different country.
Exactly.
I don't know if I can do that.
Exactly. We're just like, yeah, this is nice, but also it might not even just be 3 months. It's a different country. It might be more
sometimes
like,
it's 6.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the whole
like,
year.
What are we doing?
But there's also the hope that it's 0. There's the hope that she's in your bed every single night of a year. 365. There's the chance of it. There's the chance.
Is there?
Yes.
That's never happened.
It's never
always
happened,
like-
but
she
there's
always
a chance.
leaves.
Her contract that takes her out of the country does not guarantee her that she's going to have to leave.
But you like randomly ran into 2 of her exes at a bar and you were like, oh, did you guys have to deal with this too? And they're like, every time, every year.
I was miserable.
Yeah.
But man, she was the best, wasn't she?
One's like 1 year, she left the whole year.
One time it was like 2 years.
Yeah.
But it was so fun. That's a good analogy. I like that a lot.
Gotta bring back relationship analogies.
Yeah, we do need that. So then just the heartbreak is too much to
Yeah,
consider it? Or not to consider
if-
it, but to actually do it.
If JK's your starting running back, regardless of who else you even add, like my biggest concern all season is just going to be the run game. Because that'll be the storyline of the Broncos offense to me is just, will JK play? Will JK play? Is he going to be here in the playoffs? And that just isn't, that wouldn't be fun to deal with. Like there are other guys that you could go get and then all of a sudden you're like, health is always a question, but it's not always a question that you're constantly asking over and over and over again.
Yeah, there is still a chance that every other girl that you meet is going to be out of the country for a period
Pretty
of
rare
time.
though, comparatively.
Yeah, less likely.
There's always a chance.
Yeah,
always
there's
a
always a chance. So non-starter for you, Ryan?
I would do it. It's just my last plan.
Yeah.
Your last plan or like your third plan?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I think I only have 3.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
It's
too.
like,
but like, I'm thinking of Algier, who I'm not that high on. Like,
no.
I think I would probably rather go JK and, pray that he doesn't go out of the country.
See, I
Right.
agree. I agree with you guys. And so that's why I do think that like I'm putting this in the category of splash move. It's not a splash move because it's going to be 1 year, $4 million. You're going to end up re-signing someone that was on your team. It's not a splash move, but man, the splash he can bring on the field is there. And I totally see your guys' trepidation there. It's going to be just so interesting how this works out because unfortunately with Breece Hall off, with Breece Hall not being on the market and other guys not being on the market, it's 2 big guys. And really, like you guys said, Kenneth Walker, Travis Etienne, for a lot of quarterback needy teams or running back needy teams. So there's going to be bidding wars. And at some point, what level do the Broncos get to where they say, no, we're going all in on him and we're getting this guy? Or do they say, let's not go to $18 million a year for Kenneth Walker. Let's save $14 million and win healthy, get just as good of a player, if not even better of a player. But then we have to use a couple million to sign Tyler Algier as well. Or we have to use our 3rd round pick to draft one as well.
Yeah. Where I'm left, so what are the Jets paying Breece Hall?
Almost 15 million.
If you could have paid something like that to Breece Hall, couldn't you keep JFM?
Yes. They can keep him.
That's where I'm lost because I'm like, if you told me you can have Dobbins instead of Kenneth Walker, but you get to keep JFM, and now that sounds like a pretty attractive plan to me.
It's true.
But
then you're paying so many guys on the defensive line.
That's fine though.
defensive lines
You're
win
saving money in
championships.
other places. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just telling you why
Yeah, no,
they aren't. It's just like,
seems
man,
odd.
in the past 12 months, they've given out 3 substantial contracts on the defensive line.
Yeah, and I guess, but you could have potentially tagged him.
28, I think it was
Yeah.
25, 28 mil.
Yeah, the only thing I was
Yeah.
thinking is like
Because 1 year's
it is a long term commitment that at best you probably get out after 2 years, but probably even 3.
Right.
You know,
And
depending
at
on
that
the-
point, you hope to be paying Troy Franklin and
Right.
some offensive guys.
Yeah, so I get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they really are like being responsible, saying like we have to spend some money on offense.
Because think about this, like Gen X Hive says, someone else. Oh no, Jay Loomis said games are won in the trenches. You're right, and the Broncos know that. They are paying their left tackle, their left guard, their center, their right guard, their right tackle. They're paying 3 guys on the defensive line. Likely Malcolm Roach might just become a starter with this. So like they're literally paying every single starter on both lines. It's just like, do we want to also pay our backup defensive tackle, Malcolm Roach? I think they're paying him $8 million on his new deal. Do they want to make him a backup and pay him $8 million while also then paying JFM 15? The investment's there in the line already.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. I
But
mean,
I also don't think Malcolm gets like notably more work this year. Like it will come in different situations, but all those guys, like there's just a limit to how many snaps you can play. And similar to tight end, where I just point to and say like, there's a whole bunch of snaps available right there. Like same thing. That's where I'm at with JFM. And I get like, at some point, like it was fun to lead the NFL in sacks by 10 in back-to-back years. Like that is really cool to have been able to do. But at some point you say like, hey, maybe we should tone it down there and say like, let's just try to compete. Let's finish top 3 in sacks, and then we can also go add to the offense. And it's not the strategy I would take, but
I would take that strategy if you told me we can have a consistent,
if it was
reliable
possible.
running game.
Like if this was next year and you could throw money at Etienne or Jonathan Taylor or any of those guys, then I'd be all in. It's just like there's just no place where you're getting bang for you're either getting probably a slight discount on JFM. Like I would imagine he takes 18 here instead of 20 somewhere else. Maybe I'm wrong. Versus again, like paying $15 million a year for a guy who there's a dozen running backs in the NFL who I would take instead. Like that's just that's what makes it so tough.
Would you guys? This idea just came to my head. I haven't fleshed it out at all.
Those are the best.
Yeah.
Would you guys support a rule that you have to have a certain winning percentage over the player's first 4 years to be able to franchise tag them?
Wow.
I love
I think
that.
it's
I love
specific.
that.
I think
Screw
it's
the Jets.
specifically made for the opposite reason, though.
I
that
know,
those
and
teams
that's
can keep their
but
players.
It's really like the good. I've always felt like it was made for like the good teams in small markets.
Okay, small market is the big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
where it's just like the Jets, like you're not allowed to keep, bro. You gotta let them go.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. You got to earn it.
Yeah,
As an
and it
organization.
could be a low bar. Like
The Jets wouldn't clear it.
I know.
No.
Yeah.
I love that. I love it. So I really think the Broncos are going to land with one of these 3 guys. I think they're going to be very aggressive. We have a free agency frenzy show on Monday,
Yeah.
starting when the window opens to sign guys. So we're going to be
10
going
a.m.
live from 10 to noon. Those full 2 hours we're going to be live. I expect probably a splash in that window. And if there's not a splash, then probably going to be J.K. Dobbins later that day or after the draft, something like that.
New feature of my idea. It's kind of an anti-tanking mechanism.
Oh,
Right. Does
I
the
like
NFL
that.
need that?
I don't think it feels
I don't-
like some of these teams have been taking, but maybe
No,
they're just.
I don't
suck.
think it's on purpose. I think
Speaking
they're
of
just that
teams
bad.
suck and are that bad.
Yeah.
The Raiders, man, like finally moving on from Geno, like that we knew they were going to do it, but not only did they trade for him and make them their starting quarterback, on week 1, he came out and flipped off his own crowd.
Yep.
And then
Wait, who did
fans.
this?
Geno Smith.
Oh yeah.
And then they gave him a contract extension. They're paying him $58 million for the one shitty year he had there.
That's dumb.
That's the Raiders.
I am curious what the Max Crosby trade is going to look like, though. Because if you get 2 firsts for that, like Max Crosby, incredible player, and they will get worse not having him. But I am curious because you go get Fernando
They did so well
Bowers
with
with
Khalil Mack stuff.
right. That's
It's hard to
that's
find
the
pass
thing.
rushers, as John Gruden said right after trading Khalil Mack.
What's
Yeah.
Cleveland Farrell up to?
Oh, jeez.
He's like the 5th defensive lineman with the 49ers.
Oh, I
Nice.
thought he
Yeah.
was like an accountant or something. No, yeah, he is still in the NFL. 49ers.
Yep. So I hope they trade him. It'd be incredible. Max Crosby is kind of like Josh Jacobs. He's just a Broncos killer. Now, he wasn't this past year, but before, man,
That's because nobody sacks Bo Nix.
it's very, very true. But like, get out of here, Max.
Yeah, I would love for him to be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially like that was the guy that was supposed to be Raider for life.
I
Like
know,
he was
he just-
born a Raider. He was,
tried all-
He was
yeah.
everything a Raider.
He's clinging to the Raiders.
And now he's not a Raider. I mean, you talk about
He's
how,
the most Raider player in the NFL.
100%. And you talked about how the new stadium in Vegas totally sucked all Raiders out of the Raiders. You lose Max Crosby. Oh my.
And then you bring in
God.
Fernando Mendoza.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are the Raiders going to be like a likable team around the NFL?
I think the Raiders have gone soft.
Yeah.
Once
Sad to say it.
Once they get Mendoza, they've definitely gone soft.
They're just a casino resort at this point.
And you know who's done it? Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Shout out Tom. Another win for the Broncos facing Tom Brady. We appreciate you, Tom.
Yep.
What are you looking up, Henry?
I was just looking. I was trying to see which teams have 2 first-round picks this year, just to see like what the Raiders could get. And I'm really struggling to figure that out. But Rams, Jets, Cowboys, Browns, according to AI. I'm not really sure that that's right. But
Cowboys, I heard, were in. They're trying to get him.
okay, so if it is 2 firsts, I'm not sure what picks they are. But the idea of the Raiders having 3 first-round picks this year is kind of
That's what they had after they traded Khalil Mack, I'm
Right.
pretty sure. and it turned out
Right.
to be
You're right.
Cleveland Farrell,
Yeah.
someone else from Clemson, and that I think he was an
safety.
Ohio State corner who had like 1 million guns in his house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot about that guy.
That-
He did have a lot of guns.
Those were the drafts where, like, after 2 years of like 4 drafts in a row, no one from that draft was on their team anymore.
Oh, so Jonathan Abram was the safety.
Oh, yeah.
They also had Josh Jacobs in the first round.
Oh, okay.
So they hit on one, but it's a running back who was gone in 4
Right.
years.
Right.
Doesn't
Yep.
matter if you're not any good.
My
so
goodness.
the
Cleveland
gun
Farrell
guy
number
was the
4.
next year.
Damon Arnett.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, no,
We know what happened the year after too.
we do. With the Raiders, yeah, because like if you go draft like a good receiver, you imagine they're spending all their money on the offensive line. Draft a tackle with Fernando. Like that'd be interesting. It'd be fun in Madden.
Yeah, they'll
3
mess
first
it
round
up.
picks. They will.
They'll mess it up. Okay, guys, I want to throw another name at you that popped up yesterday. Especially if the Broncos and when the Broncos do lose JFM, how would we feel about reuniting Sean with Cam Jordan? 37-year-old Cam
New
Jordan?
defensive line coach?
yeah.
He's gonna do the pseudo DeMarcus Walker. He's gonna be a player.
DeMarcus
coach.
Ware.
DeMarcus Ware.
Right.
Yeah. Not DeMarcus
Yeah.
Walker.
I mean, it's just tough because he's an edge rusher. And like he's big enough that he could move inside. But like as a 37-year-old or whatever, having him play a new position for the first time, I just think that's a tough sell.
It's not too different. 4-3 edge or 4-3 defensive end. You make him a 3-4 defensive end, defensive lineman, however you want to call it.
Yeah.
And you're only asking him to rush the passer. Last year,
Right.
10.5 sacks.
I know, but 9.5 of them coming just like one-on-one with a tackle on the edge.
Sorry,
There was-
I just remembered what you called DeMarcus Walker.
Yeah,
It was Malik, right?
it was. Yeah,
he was-
because they just lost Malik Jackson and they drafted DeMarcus Walker to replace him. Do you want to tell the story for everyone?
That was it. I mean, it was his draft day or the day after his draft day. It was snowing just like this.
Yeah, it's the first time you ever saw snow.
Yeah. And we were talking to him, and then he was kind of like walking upstairs. So Zach was trying to get his attention. He's like, Malik.
Oh,
I was like, no. It's like a Southwest want to get away commercial.
Oh, no. When he turned around after I had realized, and he kind of looked at me like, "Are you trying to talk to me?" And yeah, that was want to get away.
Yeah.
God.
He's made a nice little career for himself.
He has. He bounced back.
I remember they were, making him switch positions. Then he came back one year, he's like, I added 20 pounds. We're like, how? He's like, my mom's fried chicken. Like, all right, I hope it works.
And then I think like
Didn't
2
work.
months in, they're like, "Actually, can we have you change back?
Yeah.
Can you lose all that?" He's like, "But I love fried chicken now."
Yeah, that was messed up. But then he went on to just be like a solid rotational defensive lineman around the league.
He did. Yep. Went with the Bears, got decent amount of money too. So that's fair that you're out on Cam Johnson, Cam Jordan.
I'm 100% in. If you can convince him to come do that, incredible. I just don't
Okay.
buy that he would have interest in moving inside.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's no way you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
And he's an old dog.
I think there's a chance. Sean works his magic, gets him here way cheaper with a chance to win one more Super Bowl.
In
Yeah.
dog years, he's like 240.
He's
I do think Calais Campbell, this could finally be the year where it actually would make sense.
that would be incredible.
Because like
That
he
is
actually,
so crazy that he's still in the league.
I
it
wanted
is.
that for so long.
I know, and it's every year we have the conversation.
We almost had him, 10 years ago?
yeah.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Because it was like the
literally.
same time as Paul Millsap, I think.
And so at that point, I think honestly, I think there was questions at that point, like, do you pay a 30-year-old defensive lineman this much money?
Yeah.
Now do you
do you pay a
pay
40-year-old
Yeah.
defensive lineman this much money?
Holy cow.
I would love that. How about a reunion with Shelby Harris? He's a free agent.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll say sure.
Bring him back. No, a guy that absolutely has changed positions and you're not bringing back. Draymond Jones is also a free agent, but he's really changed positions.
Calais Campbell, though, again, like he is exactly what you are looking for. 6.5 sacks last year, basically as productive as JFM. Like he would be the perfect fit.
Monstrosity of a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I thought the Broncos
From
were gonna-
Colorado?
Yeah. Yeah.
As we've heard for a decade now. Seems like every year.
I thought the Broncos were going
They
to
go
get him
get him?
before he signed with the Jags. And I was like, the
Yeah.
Jags.
Yeah. Then was he with the Cardinals for a minute?
That
Yep.
was Cardinals
He
before.
started Cardinals.
Oh,
But then
okay.
didn't he go back to the Cardinals? I think he had a reunion.
Oh, so he did 9 years with the Cardinals to start, 3 years with the Jags.
This is just the start of his career.
3 years with Baltimore, a year with Atlanta, a year with Miami, and then was back with Arizona this year. And that's where he had 6.5 sacks. How many snaps did he play, too? He was on the field for 46% of their snaps. Like, DJ Jones doesn't even do that.
Yeah. I'm in.
It's exactly what you need.
So bring him home.
Could age, so
Finally.
he'll turn 40 September 1st. And I think at this point you don't really care.
So do you also bring Mercedes Lewis back? Would you be the first team to have a 40-year-old on each side of the ball?
No,
if something happens to Nate Adkins, we'll knock on wood, then he's your first call.
He's there. He wants to keep playing.
Will be crazy to have a player on the team 10 years older than your offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
That is very true. That would be wild. What about Tim Patrick?
I'm good.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Trying to see any other Broncos connections here. I think that's it. I think we hit them all throughout the week.
I do like Tim Patrick, but it just feels like he's always going out of the country.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who just, if he lived in America, I'd be all in.
Wow, this is a new way to talk about injuries, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you're just sleeping alone too much.
Because
I saw him for like 2 weeks over a 2-year span.
The question would just be like, would he be an upgrade over Lil Jordan? And I just don't think he would be.
All right.
Yeah, fair. A couple of other notes. Von Miller, guys, it's not going to happen.
No.
Like
No,
we've
no.
known, but not going to happen.
Cam Jordan, more likely. Those
Yeah.
two would take probably those same snaps. And like, if it's up to Sean, he's not
Yeah.
taking Bond over Cam.
And also, Cam is a bigger body type that makes more sense for that.
Right. Opposite Benito. Or just,
No. Cam's going to be with his hand in
I
the
don't-
dirt.
he just never has.
He's going to be that.
Yeah.
He's
I don't know.
290.
He is 290, but
Yeah.
like watch him play. He's never done it before. Even
Yeah.
the one sack he had against a guard was on like a third down, where they have like a whole bunch of guys on the line. The one sack where it's like inside, and he still didn't have his hand in the dirt. He's still like standing up.
Did we ever talk about the report that Vaughn was talking to the Broncos at the combine, trying to lobby them?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fun.
I love Bond.
I appreciate his lack of shame.
Oh man,
Yeah.
he wants to be here so bad.
He
wants to be
does
here
not
so
care.
bad. No.
He's just so open about it.
And even this week, he was on some national show talking about how he wants to be back with the
Just
Broncos.
do it. God.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, the jobs are taken. That's maybe the last place you have room for somebody.
Make a trade.
Yeah, if you want to trade Jonathan Cooper away for a 37-year-old and then pick up the pieces next year, feel free.
What could you get for Coop?
I don't even know. If he hadn't gone cold at the end of the year, it would have been a little bit easier.
Because I think you
If
only
you
do
hadn't
that
gone
if
cold
you
at the end of the year, we wouldn't even be talking about this.
No, we aren't talking about this.
I hear you typing away
Yeah,
over there.
what are you looking
aren't
We're
talking
talking about this.
So a new team would take on, let's just call it 14 a year for 3 years, only the first one guaranteed. So for him, I mean, that is a good value. So it could be like second, third round pick. Because the Broncos have just given him, no, it wouldn't be second. It'd be third, fourth round pick. But again, the fact that the Broncos have paid out that signing bonus and so everybody just gets the discounted contract the rest of the way, it does add value. But
Yeah.
that's also just one more reason why you wouldn't do it, because if you trade him,
You already did the hard part of the contract.
save $8 million. So you could get it. Next year would be easier.
I know who you could get for $8 million.
And you don't want out, I want to be clear, you don't want out of this contract.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the
it's a
thing
great
with the Ben
contract.
Powers conversation always goes back to like, oh, should they cut him and save the money? No, because he's better than that amount of money, you would trade him.
You
Same
know
thing.
what this sounds like?
What?
Us talking about this.
We're not talking about it. We're not talking about Vaughn. And I love Vaughn. It's just that's the one thing you don't need.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you could convince me like, okay, take some of Q Robinson snaps. But for Q Robinson to even get snaps, Jonah Ellis needs to not be taking snaps. And you can't convince me I want Vaughn over Jonah Ellis at this point. And Jonah Ellis isn't even going to be rushing the pass over Cooper. So like you're talking like he'd be competing for like, and that's not even to mention, didn't even bring up Nick Benito's name. So you're talking about like, could he be your fourth rusher in a position where if anything you need more run stuffing and not rushing?
Yeah.
But I love him.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
This is like the opposite of going out of the country. Like,
get
She
out
wouldn't
of
even
the
let you
country.
leave the house.
Get out of the country. Yeah. Lock the doors.
You can't escape.
Just
Yeah.
following you around.
Get out, lock the doors. But I
Handcuffed
love
to
him.
you.
Sit in the yard.
Wow.
Like that's Vaughn. Let's give him like a lawn chair. He can hang out with all of us.
Yep.
But just the house is full.
Yeah, unfortunately. One more thing. Broncos in Mexico City could happen this year. It could happen this year. And man,
Yes.
would it be awesome. And of course, it's the San Francisco 49ers. And Broncos have an away game against 49ers. And when I was at the Combine, there was a lot of chatter about how this could actually happen. It seems like it's Broncos or Cardinals that are going to be in that game.
Can't
Yes.
make those. You're not winning any fans over if you're sending the Cardinals out there.
I see a lot of people hate on this recently, the NFL international slate.
We'll
I just
get used to it.
I just
Yeah.
don't get it.
I love it. How we're gonna go
the
find
one
JK.
complaint I'll understand is if it's a home game. You give up a home game.
Yeah.
You know, I understand how that there's a solid case against it.
Yep.
But it's like, do you play in New York City or do you play in Mexico City? Like,
Right.
why does it matter to you guys? It expands the game. It brings, some really big Broncos fans a chance to go to a game that they maybe never have. It gives Broncos fans who, can't afford it and have the means to a chance to go experience a whole new culture that they might not have. So I love the international games.
Also, great note from Gooby's Game Garage. JK speaks Spanish.
Resign.
That might be where you find him.
He does.
That might be where he's living.
He does.
Resign immediately.
Yep.
Yeah. Also,
Forgetting
then,
the Mexico City game, we got to have JK.
That's where we find him. That's the country he's in.
also then everyone goes international.
Right.
Everyone's out of the country.
Wait, but I was gonna say if we leave the country, then does that help JK? But it didn't last year.
Oh, that's true. That's very true.
Right.
So yeah, that would be awesome. Right now, once every 8 years, a team is forced to give up a home game for international. But that's all going to change. There's going to be in 5 years, every team's going to play an international game.
No, just add another game.
Yep, they will.
Yeah.
Yep, and then you'll get a bye week after your international week.
Longer season's fine with me.
And then have it be on President's Day weekend, the Super Bowl.
That's
the
the
long
end
weekend.
of.
Late February.
It's just one more week from where it is
I would
now.
guess it's the third Monday of February every year.
Maybe.
I would guess.
Or the second. One of those.
If that happens and the NFL's going later, I think college football should start earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to just be stacked less.
Yeah.
I can get behind it.
It is the third Monday.
Nice, impressive.
Yep.
We got a couple of super chats to hit really quick. Evan says the Broncos going to retire number 24. It's been on ice. Yeah, they've kind of done a soft retirement outside of Adam Pac-Man Jones.
Thanks,
Pac-Man.
Vince.
Yeah. Oh, Pac-Man.
Wonder if he was like, I'll only sign there if I get 24.
Did he?
And you just say, all right, we'll sign someone else.
Did he ever do anything useful?
No.
Started 2 games, played in 7. Never. Oh, he did have a pick. Never broke up a pass. No, 3 pass breakups. There we go.
Yeah.
Man.
He had a good appearance on the DNVR Buff show. That's probably more of a contribution to Denver.
Yeah, I think so. And then one more from Pure Lapine who says, round 1, Eli Stowers, round 2, Mike Washington, round 3, Aiden Fisher, free agent, Caden Ellis, linebacker, and maybe Travis Etienne. I like that, man. I like
Eli
Mike Washington.
Stowers even close to the first round a week ago?
No.
It's a weird one. Because he was the tight end who had like all the production. And so then you have the debate because like he can't block. But then you say like now he's fast, but we knew he was fast. So I'm not sure why that's too new. And the jumping, I guess. The jumping was the big one.
Yeah. I mean, the jumping is pretty impressive.
Yeah, no, if you were drafting a jumping team, you'd take him in the first round for sure.
Like, how often do you use a jumper, though?
I don't know. I mean, we already have Caleb Lohner. We didn't use him at all.
No, didn't at all. And he's going to be wearing pads, and he's going to be weighed down by a lot. But I'm happy that people got excited about him. Man, what a week. We got a heck of a week coming up, too. Monday, 10 a.m., free agency starts. And that's when our show starts as well. Make sure to tune in for a 2-hour show on Monday, also known as free agency, also known as Ryan entering middle age.
Yeah. Well,
So-
no, mid-30s.
Oh, yeah. Mid-30s is
Right.
very different
Middle
than
age.
middle age.
We'll have a different conversation. in a few
34, that'd be
years.
68.
So that's going to do it for us. Tune in on Monday to see who the Broncos sign and wish Ryan a happy birthday. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend.
God bless Bo Nix.
We all silly like the mayor.